Welcome back to Aberdeen. We're live from the Lemon Tree. George Riley and Simon Webb calling session 2 of the two-day Taom Shootout Grand Finals. And this is how we are at the moment. It's 4 groups of 5. Only the top 2 go through. Jordan Shepherd, who is poised, and James Jack and Callum Singleton all winning, and Alan Dixon in group number 2. But look out for Chris Melling, who's going to play twice tonight, head and shoulders above everyone else so far. Other 2 groups. Mark Boyle, we've just seen, play 2, 1-2, and Martin McIntosh first on tonight against his mate Paddy McCarron coming through. He's sitting top of the pile. Plenty of time for all that to change. 8 more matches still to play, and this is the next of them. That's not Barry Nicol against Mark Boyle. That's still the graphic from the previous frame. The previous match, I beg your pardon. It is Jordan Shepherd and Callum Singleton. Jordan, who has dominated the Taom Shootout series so far. Again, one of the men to beat. Although a couple of other faces who will have something to say about this, but Jordan is straight in. But Callum, very, very impressive, Simon, this afternoon.
Very impressed with Callum. I thought he was going to go well this afternoon. It's first taste of the Taom Shootout, but from what he's done away from the shootout in a different code of the game as a young player, he's one of the rising stars. Jordan, he really is, well, he's owned the shootout. 5 out of 7 events he's won. The only thing I would say for Jordan, his form on the IPA Tour this year hasn't been as good as it has been in the past. He's had a down year, and he was very down at the recent Masters, where he just wasn't happy with the way his form was. He wasn't practicing enough. He was really down and disappointed with his form. So if he takes a loss here, or he takes a loss in this group stage, we might see him struggle for confidence. I certainly wouldn't have him, I suppose, with what he's done on the shootout, he will be the favourite, but I wouldn't have him the favourite the way that a couple of other players are looking.
Certainly the favourite to strike first here. Minute and a half for the first frame on the board. That's exactly how you want the first frame to go.
Very impressive stuff for Jordan Shepherd. That is what he's done all the way through the shootout. That is why he has owned 5 of the titles. His normal play is quick fire, 30 seconds, doesn't really affect him. It's a tournament that you feel was made for him. He's showing us why in the opening frame. You can almost sense it in the arena though. You can see the way he looks. He doesn't look the same confident Jordan Shepherd that we've used to seeing over the last couple of years.
Not a great break. Didn't like that at all. Connection was all wrong from Jordan.
Saw on the replay, he just catches the front ball. When you go,
it looked like he hit the wrong ball, yeah.
When you go for that front ball break, second ball break, you have to catch the second ball first, otherwise the white flies off the side of the pack and you just lose all your power.
So a chance for an immediate response, tricky chance. But they all go, nothing needs developing. Just the best possible route that needs plotting for Callum Singleton. Singu, I beg your pardon.
Chris Melling was the standout player this afternoon, but I think the match I enjoyed the most was Callum's match with Cian Monaghan. I was so impressed with the way that Callum started off and how calm he looks in this environment, even though it's his first taste of the event and this environment. And he looks just exactly the same again. Here he is taking on a man that owns the shootout and looks as calm as ever.
He's made very, very short work of these. Best way to respond to the loss of any frame is to get the next one in double quick time. See the crowd enjoying themselves. Arena setup rather than a pool table in the middle of a snooker or pool club or bar. That's gone wrong.
He just left himself too much angle to just drop it in, and not enough angle to come nicely across the face of the red, and in the end did neither. I couldn't tell you which pocket he was playing for the red in.
I think he was trying to come further across, playing it back into the same pocket. I think he's left it short. He's gone for it anyway. Oh, what a shot. But I think, well, does the black still go? I think it does, to the corner. Well, he's had a real result if he does.
It's very tight if it does go.
From that, oh no, it doesn't, does it? From that, see, that overhead angle was deceptive. It looked like it went, and it clearly doesn't. Well, he's played it with swerve. What a shot! Oh! Shot of the day?
Oh, without a doubt, shot of the day, and the reaction is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Gave the shrug as if to say, what's all the fuss about? That is brilliant from the young man.
Brilliant, absolutely terrific. And that's the way to peg Jordan Shepherd back. 1-1 in a race to 4.
In some ways, it highlights what I've been talking about in terms of his calm demeanour in the arena. There was no frustration with losing the white when he was in perfect position for an easy finish or anything like that. Just calmly got down, knocked in a really tough red, and well, that was pretty special on the black.
Well, we've not seen any match go the distance, only 20 minutes rather than 30 minutes in these group stages. The way these two have started, we could get close to a 4-3.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, 3-minute frames. So 3 times 7 was what, 21? So we might not be far off.
You know, they need to get a, you know, we've always talked about Jordan being a little bit slow. We need to get him to hurry up a bit. I always think when you've got top players like Jordan Shepherd in the arena, when they get the balls open and there's no work to do, you feel they should clear up. They feel they should clear up. And he's not in perfect position all of a sudden.
No, closer than he would have liked to the red. If he plays this well, though, and suddenly it becomes straightforward again. Oh, he trusted the big cannon and he's missed the pot.
Those are the chances for Jordan Shepherd that you're not used to seeing him make those mistakes. Normally so clinical when the balls are open like that, taking those clearances out, and almost had second-guessed himself in terms of the way he wanted to go about that clearance.
Well, Callum has, Jordan, I beg your pardon, has covered the black pocket, but I don't think Callum will need that pocket.
It's the obvious pocket for the black, but the black goes to, it's far enough away that it shouldn't pose a problem for him to get.
But with the yellows in a relatively close circle like that, he's got options.
He's got plenty of options. And he's proved in the previous frame he doesn't necessarily have to land on the black. He'll find a way.
Well, once he's got rid of all these yellows, the black will go into every other pocket other than the one where the red is over the bag.
You can see what he's trying to do. He's probably got a little bit too much angle on the yellow to the bottom right. He'd love to finish straight on the yellow on the left at the top. Just drop that in, and you've got the yellow to the right centre, and you can just drift behind the black.
Yeah, he needs to take this one now. You're right. It's not where he wanted to be. That's the ball he had to play.
And that's perfect.
Yeah, he's all right. Doesn't need to do a lot here. Drop these two in. And the black almost pots itself.
It's what I'm looking for when you're looking at difference between good players that make clearances and great players with great patterns is the amount of times they end up in a position where the last 2, 3, 4 balls are all just roll-in pots.
This has been a really good clearance. Not there yet. Maybe rolled a couple of inches further than he would have liked, ideally. These middle bags have been a bit unforgiving. Played it dead weight, played it really well. And Callum Singleton leads Jordan Shepherd early by 2 frames to 1, showing the form once again that took him to the 2018 World Masters.
Only 25 years old, but he's won some big titles, Masters, as you've just mentioned. Also a former junior world champion. Different code of the game, but still an incredible achievement.
9.5 minutes. He'll be thinking to himself, this frame, this is match frame for Callum almost.
3-1 or 2-2, it's huge, it really is huge. And it's one of those frames as well, it's gone a little bit messy at the bottom end of the table.
Well, he's brought out an impossible yellow, but he's not had a great deal of fortune. He was just looking to clear that pocket, really. So there's going to be a fair bit of pull in this one.
Good to see as well, not trying to chase a finish because it's not there. Tried to develop the table, it didn't come out as he wanted to. Get to work with some match play pull. Now that Jordan's put the red in front of the yellow, and the red not being potable itself, there is some mileage in this frame. All he's trying to do here is work out, how do I develop that red at the bottom of the table? And he's decided he can't. So it's a safety shot.
Well, 7.5 minutes to go. It's already looking like this. Most of it will be in this frame.
Jordan, being a frame behind, he's going to want to try and make something happen.
Oh, he's got to go for it. He's got to pot his way out of this. All his reds do pot.
He's going to need to play a couple of very good positional shots, but they do have pockets.
Yeah, he was just trying to flick the black further enough over to the right to make that red potable into the left corner. Has he managed it? He can get through. I didn't think he'd gone far enough, but he had. How does he play the double? Does he keep going?
I think he has to keep going. He's too deep now. He's too far in.
Oh. Well, you couldn't accuse him of under-hitting that.
I'd give it every chance. So 6.5 minutes left on the clock. This is well, I was about to say this is a brilliant opportunity, but I'm not too sure those two yellows actually plant into the corner, so he couldn't go for the finish.
No. So he said to Jordan, all right, you're going to have to pot your way to victory. And knowing Jordan, he'll take it on.
Tough positional side of this shot as well. Has to really cue this well.
Oh, he missed it by some distance. But has he tied up the two yellows? How are they blocking each other into left centre? Has he got away with it? He's going to have to with a plan. Oh, well played. Well, Jordan Shepherd almost had a really big result there.
It's a touch unlucky. It's an excellent shot to develop the yellows. Hasn't landed on anything nicely.
He's got to be safety, hasn't it? He's got the pot to left centre, but this is letting Jordan back in the frame if he misses. Oh, he's taking it to the corner. Brilliant shot. Wonderful shot.
Just the confidence that Callum's playing with. If he takes that to the centre pocket, then his next shot is going to be really difficult to land on either of the two yellows at the bottom of the table. So to play that shot with confidence, he loses the frame if he misses that pot.
Very impressive, as he was against Cian Monaghan this afternoon. Carried on where he left off. He looks made for this Taom Shootout format, Callum Singleton. He's playing the best player there has been in this Taom Shootout, and at the moment he's taking him to the cleaners. This for 3-1, with only 4 minutes for Jordan to rectify things. Well played, Callum Singleton.
And to put this into context, this is the 8th edition of the Taom Shootout. Jordan Shepherd has only ever lost 2 matches. I don't know how many he's won, but it's a big number. So if he loses this match, it'll just be his 3rd ever loss. And his only other 2 losses were to Liam Dunster as well.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And now it's not just 3-1 down and a race to 4 that Jordan Shepherd is battling with, it's the clock. 3 minutes 44 on the clock. If anyone can clear up with that short time on the clock, it is Jordan Shepherd, but he may not get that opportunity.
Well, he will. Oh, and do you see the spring in his step there? He knows it's now or never. He hates losing. He hates losing any form of pool, does Jordan Shepherd. He could do this, you know. This could be 3-2 in 30 seconds.
They're all there for him in this frame. We saw a similar situation this afternoon, and the player just took about 20 seconds too long, and you've got to bear in mind the referee has to rack the balls up. So it's not just the frame time.
And we've seen from Patty McCarron that you can't risk helping too swiftly when the white's still moving. This still needs a bit of work, by the way.
That wasn't the best shot he's ever played. Well, that's good.
Oh, excellent. So it is going to be 3-2 with about 2 minutes. Wonderful. That's what Jordan Shepherd's good at.
2
Just
minutes
like that.
2 minutes 30 on the clock as that frame finished. How quickly will Donna Evans, the referee, rack these balls up? How long will Jordan Shepherd have to try and get a draw out of this match? She's going as fast as she can. She's under pressure. Jordan is already stood at the end of the table waiting to break.
Well, this comes down to one shot now, doesn't it? The break. Big break, good split, chance for the first draw of the day. Anything other than that, you think Callum's going to win it?
Well, he breaks off with 2 minutes on the clock, and 2
took
minutes
a
is
lot
long
of
enough.
power off that break.
He's dry. That could be... It's not the absolute end, because Callum hasn't been left with an easy shot. But Callum's going to use all of his 15 seconds, that's for sure.
He doesn't need to do anything stupid. But Jordan seemed to take a real amount of pace off that break from what he usually plays.
Yeah, it's a surprise really when he really needed one. Well, here we go. 1.5 minutes, and it's a tough clearance.
But he'd take this opportunity. All he wanted was an opportunity. Can't do anything if he's sat in his seat. There's one problem ball, but it's a big problem. And he's looked to move it. He has moved it. Oh, he's unlucky. He's really unlucky there. You have to play the double to centre, and that's match over. Well, he had to trust. I think he's conceded there. He's put his hand up.
Oh, just banging the table in frustration. the frame goes on, but essentially it's over with that yellow going safe. We're into the last minute. Callum doesn't need to do anything silly, doesn't need to take anything on.
And he's going to go to the top of Group 1.
Oh, John's come up with something quite incredible there. I'm not even sure how he's done that. But he's got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, not enough time. Oh, he got the cannon. Needs a drop. Well, he's gone to shake hands. The concession, he hates losing. That's why he's a great champion. So Jordan Shepherd, for only the 3rd time all season in his Taom Shootout, tastes defeat. He will not like that. But well played, Callum Singleton, 25 years old, a former World Masters champion, finding his very best form. And he goes to the top of Group 1. And don't go anywhere, because after the break, it's Chris Melling and Liam Dunster in just 3 minutes' time.